Come on guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen, I'm going to give a special shout out to one of my subscribers, Miss V, and for bringing me this story update. Now, this story I did back in April, and it made national headlines. Recently, this guy was in court, which I'll put his picture up here in a second. When you see him, you'll recognize him. This guy was back in court October 11th, and the craziest thing happened, which I'll talk about in this video. The person I'm talking about is none other than this man right here. This is 21-year-old Thomas Mosley out of Florida. This guy right here, if the picture doesn't ring a bell, he's the one that got into an argument with his baby's mom, Passion Jeffrey, pictured here, with her son, Talon Jeffrey. He stabbed this woman over 100 times. She died, of course, and took his son, 2-year-old Talon, ran across the street to a lake and threw him in the water, where he was found the next day in an alligator's mouth. Now, this guy has been arrested. This happened in April. He was arrested in April. October 11th, he was in court. I don't want to tell you what happened, but it is mind-blowing. And this goes to show you something's wrong with the justice system. They need to change some of these laws, and they need to change the way they do trials. I, for one, motion just dispatching people as soon as it's found out that they the ones that did it, especially on a full admission or something like that, where all the evidence, get them out of here, man. Check out this video. We're going to come back. It's a short video, and I'm going to read you this story for those of you that have been under a rock. Check this out.
Tonight, the man accused of killing his son and his son's mother in April has been found incompetent to stand trial. Thomas Mosley had a court appearance today in Pinellas County. He's accused of stabbing Passion Jeffrey more than 100 times after a birthday party in her St. Pete apartment. The body of her son, 2-year-old Talon Mosley, was later found in Lake Maggiore. Now, police and prosecutors are seeking the death penalty in this case.
All right, guys, that was the small news article. I want to read this article to you guys. And before I begin, I'm going to tell you right now, this dude is not crazy. They're acting like he's crazy, but he's not crazy, and I'll prove it to you at the end. Let me read this real quick, and it reads as follows. St. Petersburg, Florida. The man accused of killing his 2-year-old son and stabbing his child's mother to death is headed to a state psychiatric hospital. A judge ruled Thomas Mosley incompetent to stand trial right now, Wednesday morning, after reviewing reports from 2 court-appointed doctors who recommended that the state hospital in Chattahoochee is the best place for him right now. I find that Mr. Mosley is not competent to proceed, but he is restorable, Judge Susan St. John said to the courtroom. Mosley is accused of stabbing Passion Jeffrey more than 100 times in March in St. Petersburg and killing her 2-year-old son, Talon. Jeffrey was found in her apartment, and Talon was found a day later in a lake close by Mosley's mother's house. Police said evidence puts Mosley at both scenes. Jeffrey and Talon's family was in the courtroom Wednesday. According to Mosley's arrest affidavit, he was admitted to the hospital for injuries consistent with slippage during a knife attack the night before Jeffrey was found dead. Davis' attorney said that at a previous court hearing that Mosley was put under a Baker Act while he was hospitalized. This is not a case where he's going to walk free. Anthony Rickman, a defense attorney not affiliated with the case, said, It's not a case where because he's incompetent today doesn't mean he won't be tried in the future. There's a case where, as we sit right now, he's found to be incompetent, and as a result, they need to send in the state hospital to restore that confidence. Rickman said, this is fairly common in criminal court. He said there's a difference between competency and insanity. He's not saying, hey, I was insane at the time of the offense. We're talking about, as it stands right now, he's not competent to stand trial, and that's different than somebody being insane or raising the insanity defense, Rickman said. There is more of a procedural mechanism making sure that the defendant is able to assist in his defense, he said. There will be another court date on April 22nd at 8:30 a.m. to see if Mosley is competent. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. Mosley, who is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, has not pled guilty. All right, guys, I'm going to say something real quick. When I first seen this, before I read that article, I thought it was like the worst thing that happened. Like, hey, he got off. He going to spend the rest of his life in the psychiatric hospital, don't have to come to trial, so on and so forth. It's not like that. Once I read the article, and I hope I read it well enough because I was like looking back and forth reading it. But anyway, listen, what they're doing is they're saying, oh, he's not competent to stand trial right now. Oh, the doctors evaluated him and this and that. This guy is not crazy, basically what they told you. They said the way I took that, and from being incarcerated and seeing people that try to, act like something wrong with them, they already got him locked up. That's why the outside attorney said he's not going to go free. What they'll do is he'll be locked up in there, and they'll just monitor him. Crazy people act crazy all the time. Not going to be able to do it, pull it off. That's number one. But I don't even think that's the issue. I think the issue is he might be belligerent, acting a certain type of way, talking about doing something to himself, giving him medication so he's sleeping all the time or something like that. And eventually, he'll be stabilized and we can have him come in here and ask questions. All this is a ploy from his defense attorney and stuff. And it's the goofy stuff about the court system, man. You know what I mean? You got this guy dead to right. Don't matter if he crazy or not. He got to get out of here. For real. Seriously. Think about this. He's not crazy at all. He's feral. He got a feral nature. He's wild. It's a wild dude. He wasn't crazy when he went in there and stabbed her 100 times. Even though those with rational mind would say that's crazy. He wasn't crazy when he did that. He wasn't crazy when he left up out of there and grabbed the baby and did it in front of the baby, and then grabbed the baby and threw the baby in the water so hard that the baby wound up succumbing from the dying and drowning. That's the thing, guys. A lot of people don't know. They think the alligator ate the baby. No, the baby was dead in the water when the alligator found him and grabbed him, was walking around with the baby in his mouth when people seen him. So the baby didn't get eaten up by the alligator. He was just in the gator's mouth. After he had drowned and must have came up and floated, the gator caught him and was walking around with him. Now, this guy ain't crazy, like I said, from what he did, but this is how I can really prove he's not crazy. Go back and type his name and look at the video of him sitting in court. Walking around, nothing, he don't look crazy to me. Watch this. If they let him out right now, what you think he'd do? I bet he wouldn't go in the house and rock back and forth and do his lips like this. Was he crazy? They said, hey, you exonerated. Just go ahead and go, man. We're sorry. We got another suspect. We're sorry. And he leave out of that courtroom. I bet you he'll be his old self. I bet you he'll be around his family and remember everything that. Bet you if he went to a job interview and had to get a job, they wouldn't know he was crazy besides the way he looked. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't look at him like he was crazy. He could apply for a job. I bet if he got out here, he'd go around his friends. Yo, what's up? And be back in the street, hanging with them. I bet he remember who his friends are. Don't matter. They said he ain't getting away with it. So this could take as long as it's going to take. He's still brought up on 2 counts of first-degree murder with the death penalty pending. I'll leave the video in one of my pop-ups at the end on one of these sides of the video, so you can go see the video I did when I first did this story, this heartbreaking story. But their family needs justice, man. They do. They sat in the courtroom to see what happened. And it's hard to see somebody that you accepted as the father of one of your cousins or whatever, you know, or sibling, and then to see him in court after he wrecked creation and destroyed everything you love, including the baby and his potential in life, all because couldn't control himself. Man-child. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. They playing the game with him. He gonna have to pay the piper sooner or later. You know what I mean? I'll see you in the next video. Take care.